Did you know Australia is the only continent covered by a single country? Welcome to the land down under. Imagine a place so vast, it's both a country and a continent. That's Australia for you. Nestled in the southern hemisphere, Australia is the only continent governed by one country, making it unique in its own right. Now, if you're wondering about its size, well, it's the world's sixth largest country by total area. To put that into perspective, it's almost as large as the United States. Quite a big island, isn't it? But don't let its size fool you. Despite being so large, Australia is the least densely populated continent, after Antarctica. That's right. With just over 3 people per square kilometer, it's a land of wide open spaces and endless skies. Now, when we talk about its geographical position, Australia is often referred to as down under. Why, you ask? Because it's located below the equator. And it's not just its position that's noteworthy. Australia is also the flattest continent with the oldest and least fertile soils. Yet, it houses a diverse range of habitats, from alpine heaths to tropical rainforests. Australia's uniqueness doesn't stop at its geography. It's also home to some of the world's most distinctive animals and plants. But we'll dive into that in the next scenes. Interestingly, Australia is the only continent without an active volcano. That's right. While it has plenty of dormant volcanoes, none of them are currently active. So, if you're not a fan of fiery mountains, Australia might just be the place for you. It's also worth mentioning that Australia has more than 10,000 beaches. Yes, you heard that right. More than 10,000. That's more than any other country in the world. So, if you're a beach lover, you know where to go. So, Australia is a continent, a country, and an island. Quite impressive, isn't it? Australia has a rich history, with Indigenous people inhabiting the land for over 65,000 years. Now that's a long time indeed, longer than we can truly fathom. These people, the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people, have a culture and traditions that are as rich and deep as the history they've been born out of. Diving into the heart of this culture, we find a profound connection to the land and nature. This isn't just about living off the land, but being a part of it, understanding its rhythms, its moods, its secrets. The Aboriginal people see themselves as custodians of the land, not owners. They believe that they belong to the land, not the other way around. This connection is deeply spiritual, and it's reflected in their traditions, their art, their stories. Speaking of stories, the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people have a storytelling tradition that's as old as their culture. They pass down their history and their wisdom through stories, told orally from generation to generation. These stories, known as Dreamtime stories, are more than just tales. They are a bridge to their ancestors, a map of their land, a guide to their laws, and a window into their spirituality. The Indigenous people of Australia also have a rich tradition of art, from rock art that dates back thousands of years to intricate dot paintings. Their art is a vibrant tapestry of their history, their beliefs, their connection to the land. Each piece is a story, a piece of the artist's soul, a testament to a culture that has stood the test of time. And let's not forget their traditional music and dance. The haunting sounds of the didgeridoo, the rhythm of the clapping sticks, the mesmerizing movements of their dances, all come together to create a symphony of sound and motion that can give you goosebumps. The Indigenous culture of Australia is one of the oldest continuous cultures on Earth. It's a culture that has weathered the storms of time, that has held onto its roots while embracing the winds of change. It's a culture that deserves our respect, our admiration, and our understanding. It's a culture that is an integral part of the rich tapestry that is Australia. Imagine a place where nearly all the creatures are exclusive residents, a place that is home to 90% of species that are found nowhere else on Earth. Welcome to Australia, a land teeming with wildlife wonders that are as unique as the continent itself. First on our list is the kangaroo. Ah, the kangaroo, that hopping marsupial with a joey peeking out from the mother's pouch. It's not just a symbol, but a testament to Australia's exceptional biodiversity. There are more kangaroos in Australia than humans. That's right, they outnumber us. Then there's the cuddly, eucalyptus-munching koala. These adorable creatures, often mistaken for bears, are actually marsupials. They spend most of their lives in trees, munching on eucalyptus leaves and taking long naps. A life many of us could only dream of, right? Let's not forget the peculiar platypus. This semi-aquatic creature that looks like it was assembled from leftover parts of other animals. With a duck-like bill, a beaver-like tail, and venomous spurs, it's one of the few mammals that lay eggs instead of giving birth. It's as if Mother Nature decided to throw us a curveball. Australia is also home to the world's largest living structure, the Great Barrier Reef, and the world's largest sand island, Fraser Island. And let's not forget the countless species of snakes, lizards, and spiders that call Australia home. Each creature playing a crucial role in the complex ecosystem. But it's not just the wildlife that's unique. Australia's flora is equally distinct. From the towering eucalyptus trees to the resilient spinifex grasses that thrive in the arid outback, each plant species contributes to Australia's rich biodiversity. And let's not forget about the birds. Australia boasts more than 800 species of birds, many of which are endemic to the continent. From the laughing kookaburra to the colorful lorikeet, the avian life in Australia is as diverse as it is spectacular. With such a unique array of wildlife, Australia is like a living natural history museum. It's a testament to the beauty and diversity of life on Earth. So come explore, come learn, and come marvel at the wildlife wonders of Australia. Australia houses the largest living structure on Earth, the Great Barrier Reef. This underwater marvel stretches over 2,300 kilometers, making it visible even from space. But it's not just the size that's remarkable. It's the teeming life that calls it home. The reef is a bustling metropolis of marine life, with over 1,500 species of fish and 400 types of coral. It's like Mother Nature's own kaleidoscope, a swirling, vibrant display of colors and shapes. But the reef is more than just a pretty face. It's a crucial part of our planet's ecosystem, providing a habitat for endangered species and playing a key role in maintaining the balance of our oceans. From its role in supporting biodiversity to its contribution to tourism and research, the Great Barrier Reef is an irreplaceable treasure. The Great Barrier Reef is a testament to the natural wonders that Australia has to offer. Australia is a continent of extremes, with some of the hottest and driest places on Earth. To say that Australia's climate is diverse would be an understatement. This great continent throws the full meteorological menu at you, from tropical to arid to temperate, and everything in between. Let's start in the north, the tropical north, to be exact. Here, you'll find two distinct seasons, the wet and the dry. The wet, a season filled with torrential rains and high humidity, stretches from November to April. The dry, in contrast, from May to October, offers clear skies and milder temperatures. This is the time when you can find folks basking under the sun, enjoying the great outdoors. Journey to the heart of Australia, and you'll hit the arid interior, fondly known as the outback. This vast expanse, making up about 70% of the land, is home to some of the driest places on Earth. Here, summer days can see temperatures soaring above 50 degrees Celsius. But don't be fooled by the harshness of this arid land, because when the rains do come, the desert blooms into life, showing off a splendid display of wildflowers. And then there's the southern coast, where 4 seasons can pass in a day. This temperate region experiences a Mediterranean climate with hot, dry summers and cool, wet winters. But just when you think you've got the weather figured out, a sudden cold front can roll in from the Southern Ocean, bringing a bout of chilly winds and rain. In the east, the Great Dividing Range gives rise to a cooler, wetter climate, while the west coast enjoys a warm, Mediterranean-like climate. From the scorching heat of the outback to the tropical humidity of the north, to the cool, unpredictable weather of the south, Australia's climate is a journey in itself. It's a place where you can experience a snowfall and a heat wave in the same week. Because here, Mother Nature doesn't just dip her toes, she dives right in. Australia's climate is as diverse as its landscape, offering something for everyone. Australia is not just about its natural beauty. It also has a rich and diverse food culture. The cuisine down under is a tantalizing blend of flavors, with influences from its indigenous heritage and its multicultural immigrant community. Let's start with the traditional bush tucker. For over 60,000 years, Indigenous Australians have been living off the land, hunting for meat and gathering native plants. This is the essence of bush tucker. From witchetty grubs to kangaroo meat, bush tucker is a testament to the resilience and resourcefulness of Australia's Indigenous people. But Australia's culinary landscape didn't stop evolving there. With the influence of European settlers and Asian immigrants, the food scene started to diversify. The British brought their love for meat pies, and soon enough, the Australian meat pie was born. These delicious mini pies, filled with minced meat and gravy, are a staple at any footy game. Then there's the Asian influence. From Thai to Japanese to Vietnamese, you'll find a myriad of Asian cuisines represented in Australia. This multicultural mix has given rise to what's known as Mod Aus, or modern Australian cuisine, a fusion of flavors that is uniquely Aussie. Let's not forget the iconic foods that Australians hold dear to their hearts. First up, Vegemite. This thick, dark, salty spread made from yeast extract is a breakfast staple in many Australian households. It may be an acquired taste for some, but Aussies swear by it. Then there are Tim Tams. These chocolate-covered biscuits are a national treasure. Whether you're dunking them in your tea or enjoying them straight from the packet, Tim Tams are a sweet treat that Australians can't get enough of. And of course, there's the Aussie barbecue. From snags on the barbie to fresh seafood, the Australian barbecue is a social event as much as it is a meal. It's a chance to gather with friends and family, enjoy good food, and bask in the great Australian outdoors. From bush tucker to barbecues, Australia's food culture is as diverse as its landscape. So, next time you're down under, be sure to indulge in these culinary delights. You won't be disappointed. Australia is a land of staggering contrasts, and spectacular beauty. As we wrap up this journey, let's take a moment to revel in the extraordinary tapestry that is Australia. We began our adventure in the vast expanse of the Australian outback, where the stark beauty of the desert meets the sky in an endless horizon. We discovered that Australia's geography is as varied as it is unique, from the lush rainforests of Queensland to the snowy peaks of the Australian Alps. We then delved into the rich tapestry of Australia's Indigenous culture. We learned about the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people, their deep spiritual connection to the land, and their enduring traditions. This culture, one of the oldest surviving cultures in the world, continues to shape Australia's identity and adds a profound depth to its character. Our journey took us into the heart of Australia's unique wildlife. We encountered creatures that are found nowhere else on Earth, like the kangaroo, the koala, and the platypus. We learned that Australia is a biodiversity hotspot, its ecosystems teeming with life in all its varied forms. We dived into the Great Barrier Reef, the largest living structure on Earth, a kaleidoscope of color and life. We discovered that this underwater paradise is not just a tourist attraction, but a vital part of our planet's ecosystem. We explored Australia's extreme climate, from the scorching heat of the outback to the tropical monsoons of the north. We learned how these extremes shape the country, its people, and its wildlife. And finally, we savored the flavors of Aussie food culture. From the traditional bush tucker to the modern fusion cuisine, we discovered that Australia's food is as diverse and vibrant as its people and its landscapes. With its stunning landscapes, rich history, unique wildlife, and diverse culture, Australia truly is a world within itself. It's been a pleasure taking you on this journey, and we hope you've enjoyed discovering the many wonders of Australia as much as we have.